like the oldest men running for president was 4 years ago.
And it was Trump?
And it was Trump and Biden.
Jesus, and here we are again.
And here we are
4 years
again,
later,
even older. In White Supremacy. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are a repeat viewer, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. I'm Jasiri X. I am co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media, and to my immediate right,
it's a miracle.
Wow.
Is that Mashallah miracle or is that something else?
Wow. Mashallah miracle with a gunshot.
How stereotypical.
A little racist.
How stereotypical of you, Miracle.
I know y'all are not talking about stereotypes. I know y'all are not talking about the stereotypes.
How we flipping
Listen, you get a little RBG colors and I want to tell somebody about something. Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. It's on. How are you doing today, Miracle?
You know, I'm really good. It didn't snow today, so I was very happy.
Yes.
I'm very happy. The sun is out. Farouk is going to give me his steak later, so I'm good.
Oh.
Food from Trader Joe's. Gosh.
Steak from Trader Joe's.
Joe's. Lord have mercy. Goodness.
I was listening to the answer machine, so that was delayed. But
do not. First of all, I'm not one of them. I feel offended.
Miracle said, "Where's the meat?"
I have standards, okay? I have standards. I like to excel in meat, Lord.
Right, and you have a color chart. We know that too.
Let me bring it back out.
I mean, she does like her meat medium well, so
you know,
her medium rare.
Sorry. Okay. We started dysfunctional already. Trouble, save us, sir. Save us with some calmness. Next level steak, maybe?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's your boy Trouble and the Less Niggas Love Steak, apparently.
Crazy.
That's how we start in the morning.
Goodness.
And,
man, you know, steak always is digestible.
Yo, on the fly. On the fly.
Welcome back.
Right off the cuff, we coming shooting.
Steak always is digestible.
Listen.
Back.
Wow.
Wow, thank you for the alley-oop, Miracle. I appreciate you.
Welcome back.
You're more than you know.
You're good, my brother?
No, but you know what?
We here. We have a show to do.
Yeah, we have a show. The show must go on, man.
You know who else is not having a great time?
Tell me.
Mr. Farouk.
Who is it?
Joe Biden.
No.
Oh.
Joe Biden had a week. A week of
Had a week or
setbacks.
looks weak?
Oh, wow. Boom. Definitely.
That's better.
First, a report came out that said that his memory was significantly limited during recorded interviews about his handling of classified
He's
documents.
lived so long. That's why. Like, he probably.
I mean, what 81-year-old doesn't?
Yeah,
I mean, come on, that's reality, right?
Yeah.
But it said like he didn't remember when his son died, and
who would want to remember that though?
But I mean,
kind of
that's
like ignorance is bliss.
True, but that's like a significant point, right? Where like you would think like he would know that incident. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was in 2015. So Biden immediately went on the offensive. How dare he raise that? Biden said, and it wasn't any of his damn business. So to prove his memory was on point, he held a press conference, and unfortunately it had the opposite effect. Did you want to play that clip?
The Biden effect now?
Oh my God.
President, he has ordered the IDF.
The hostage negotiation. Look, I'm sorry.
He's got to walk to the podium.
He's walking back to the podium.
I'm of the view, as you know,
that
the conduct of the response
Come on, Joe.
in Gaza, in the
Where?
Gaza Strip, has been
Breathe, Joe.
over the top. I think that,
Come on, Joe.
as you know,
This is the help you.
initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up
Where?
the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. I talked to him. I convinced him to open the gate. I talked to Bibi to open the gate on the Israeli side. I've been pushing really hard.
It sounds like you've been pushing hard.
humanitarian
Yes.
assistance into Gaza.
You push hard
There are
to
a lot
make
of
that
innocent people.
5-step walk back to the podium. Oh, God. So Sisi is not the president of Mexico. That's actually the president of Egypt. And so,
I mean, Mexico, Egypt, brown people, you know,
spicy foods.
interchangeable, man. They look close enough, you know.
Well, again, if you're going to do a press conference about how great your memory is, and then
He could have
mess
just played
up.
like a game or something, like canasta, or I don't know, like Simon. Remember Simon, like Pop It or some shit. You know what I mean? He could have did that, but no. Joe wants to go on and have like mental gymnastics and shit.
So now all of the surrogates are out talking about how focused he is, talking about how sharp he is.
Is he taking ashwagandha? What's he doing? Ginkgo biloba?
Miracle, what does this mean for the apparently maybe
There's like
Gavin
3
Newsom
other
is in the
people at
wings
this
now?
table.
Well, you're Miracle, you're our
You
director of
like-
advocacy and policy.
No.
And so I'm, like really like, again,
It means
I-
nothing because as long as he's able to kill brown and black people abroad, nobody's really going to care
Miracle,
what he's doing.
Miracle.
And I know
that
you like
is
Miracle.
not true.
It is.
Okay, no,
Listen, 'cause
it
you know
obviously
what?
no, because Miracle. Let me preface it. Let me preface this.
Always
Okay,
gonna ask me questions, but then argue with me. at the
let me
same
preface it because it does mean something. Because like I watched that video, Miracle, and I was like, oh my God.
People like, what did MLK say? The moderate likes process.
But
Over
I'm not talking about like
I'm not talking about racial stuff. I'm
no,
saying,
I'm not talking about his policies.
I'm not talking about his policies either.
I'm talking about this man
I've moved
barely made it back 10 feet into a podium and then misspoke again.
I've moved on.
Okay.
So remember how MLK was talking about moderates and liking process?
Yes.
Democrats like process. They will die on process. Biden is not going to come out tomorrow and be like, I'm no longer running. He's
Right,
going
correct.
to keep running and he's going to make it, hopefully, until to the convention. No,
Seems like running and Biden shouldn't be in the same sentence right now.
no. Okay. We're going to restart.
To August, right? Like to the
So-
DNC convention.
To answer your question, this does not mean anything.
DNC or DOA?
Oh my God, brother. Come on,
I'm
sir.
trying to do a
Sir,
good
Farouk.
segment.
Farouk.
Okay.
What's
at
wrong?
At a point, ask me your question again.
No, that's-
we're gonna. I'm gonna fix it. We're going to. I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Wow. No, we're good. We're good. We're going to keep going, Miracle.
Okay.
The Democrats like process.
The Democrats like process. So what's going even? You've seen everyone come out and basically say he's smart. He knows what he's
Yes,
doing.
he's focused.
Look at all the stuff that he's accomplishing. Look at all the bills that he's passing. Look
Yes.
at all the places he's stopping in on his campaign for
Look at
re-election.
all the black families he's visiting. Yes.
Yes, with the cookout, you know.
Look at all the black families.
So it
Bringing
doesn't
them
mean
ribs and
anything. What is going? People are going to continue to point out all the missteps that he says,
Yes.
all the mistakes that he is saying, you know, and to hopefully get to the Democratic convention and to have him basically say, "I did what I could. I promised y'all I would get us here. I'm bowing out. Nominate somebody
Here's
else."
Gavin, or here's the other guy, Pitsker or whatever.
Or Fitzker,
Fitzker,
or
yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah.
A lot of people have basically come to the resolution that Kamala cannot become president.
I agree.
Not because of racism and sexism. It's just because for the past 4 years, she has really not been able to use the office of the vice presidency
Right.
enough to galvanize a voter base to be very excited about her.
True.
So right now the conversation is people are talking about Biden's too old because they're worried about Kamala becoming president.
Correct.
But I just don't think she's been able to engage. she's actually has lower ratings than Biden,
which is crazy.
and her policy, the White House really has not utilized her in ways that I think she could have been beneficial. You saw her show up, with the Justins in Tennessee. You saw her show up in South Carolina, but from these other states, she really hasn't been able to show up and capitalize on movements there.
Yeah.
And so people are not really feeling her. So I don't think anything's going to happen to Biden right now. He's who we got, hopefully.
He's not saying anything.
He's who we got until the Democratic National Convention.
But it's also... But
who am I to say when the good Lord calls you?
I was just going to say until God comes.
We don't know.
Listen,
and he's 81. I mean, the man is 81 years old. Like, the idea...
You said 81, there aren't, Cicely Tyson didn't live to 110.
No,
great.
I think we should have a cap.
I'm saying 81.
I agree
like how we have for our judges in Pennsylvania,
Yes.
it's 75. I think we should have a cap. And not
definitely should have a
because
cap.
of
Yes.
ageism. I do personally have a problem with this idea that our elders have to work until death.
And not only that, the presidency ages you tremendously.
It stresses you out. You're dealing with all this stuff. I do think that we need to change the way our political infrastructure is run in America. No one should be in Congress for 20 years, 30 years.
Absolutely not.
I feel like we need to cycle in, cycle out. It's okay to retire. But I think if Biden...
So dialysis.
No, I think if Biden is running again at his age, it also sends a message that our parents and grandparents also need to be working and not enjoying retirement. And that's what I also have a problem with, is how we don't let our elderly rest, and we are forcing folks to work literally until death.
True, and a lot of that's economics, but nobody's forcing Biden, right? He chose this, but just the idea that an 81-year-old wouldn't have some memory issues, to me, is kind of ridiculous.
I have memory issues. I have COVID.
Exactly. I have memory issues right now. So the idea that to me, it's yeah, I'm 81. Yes, I have some memory.
You look great for 81.
I'm just saying, they should keep it real. They should keep it real. Yes, I'm 81. I have some memory. Sometimes I might stumble over a word. However, this is my team.
But that's not him admitting weakness.
But again, bro, the man's 81 years. To me, that's being
that's un-American. He's supposed to be Superman. He's the president of the free world. Leader of the free world.
I mean, that's what they say. But to me, I would be more comfortable if you just kept it real with me. I just watched
I feel you.
Walk super slow to this podium,
looking for
and struggle
tapioca and Bengay.
Literally, going through his notes, super slow. Talking slow. He sounded like he was out of breath. I'm worried. You know what I'm saying? As somebody that lives in the United States, I'm worried, right? And I agree with you about Vice President Kamala Harris, that she just hasn't been able to connect authentically with the people.
She dripping with whack juice.
What?
Yeah, she dripping with whack juice.
What? Okay. I would say, sir. She just hasn't been able to connect. To me, it was very similar to Hillary. She is highly qualified, highly intelligent, just like Hillary Clinton was. But for whatever reason, she just hasn't been able to connect to people in a way. I mean, if you're more unpopular than the two oldest dudes running for president in the history of the United States,
while being substantially younger than them,
right? So that's not it. Trouble as a youth. Them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What are you seeing when you watching Joe Biden kind of stumble to the podium? And
I feel like Biden, his position as president as an 81-year-old, there could be some justice in his representation of elderly people.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
I like that. Okay.
When he's on camera, he could be telling people, listen, like you said, yes, I am 81. My memory's not as sharp as it used to be.
Yes.
I'm still in this office, though. I'm still going to do my best.
Yes.
Give me a little bit of time because I need to turn this page really quick. Catch my breath. You know what I'm saying? And it's I feel like that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? You're repping for the older people.
Absolutely.
You're repping for the elderly, even though you should be resting.
Yes.
You're letting them know, hey, listen.
Yes.
I'm here. I'm still pushing,
Yes.
but I'm also going to make sure that they give me the
Yes.
time to be elderly.
Yes.
And then hopefully what that does is if you do choose to work at my age,
Yes.
they give you the time and space to be an elderly person.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like you're greeting at Walmart.
I'm just about to
Running the entire free world.
to say that. He's the Walmart greeter of the Wallahi. I put that on everything.
The Walmart greeter of the free
Bro,
world.
how did you do that?
It's just
I was
But
sitting on
you
that.
should be working. You should not be working all your lives.
But
Y'all want
also
people to start working at
That's
13
crazy.
and then
True.
never stop.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also a little bit of a difference between responsibility. Greeting at Walmart.
Let me check your
to-
receipt. Make sure you pay for that TV.
To
Biden's
running
like, let me check your
the
receipt. See if you
whole
pay for
free
these
world.
bombs.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, my God. So, I mean, I think, and right. And we're having, again, part of the real issue or one of the major issues is the fact that it also seems, where you're talking about weakness, right? Because it also seems as if Biden and his administration has no type of ability to stop Benjamin Netanyahu
Right.
from one of the worst crises we've ever seen in our lifetimes. And it's like, he just keep like Benjamin Netanyahu it's almost like he wakes up and is like, how can I make this situation even worse?
Yes.
Can I make it worse today?
He
And
just
worser
has to be throwing
and worse.
just like darts at a board
Right.
and just seeing whatever he could do.
Right. So we hear all of this, Biden met privately with the Arabs to talk about how mad he is about Netanyahu. Biden's quietly telling his team, but it's like, you don't have, you're still giving billions of dollars in weapons. The Senate just passed another bill, I think today or yesterday, to give more billions. And so like, again, it's like, you don't seem to have the ability to stop this. And this is one of the major things we're happening right now. We don't see a U.S. plan for Congo. We don't see a U.S. plan for the Sudan. At least I haven't seen. To me, this is where maybe Vice President Kamala could step in and say, hey, here's our plan for the Congo. Here's our plan for the Sudan. As we see these humanitarian crises happening, we don't see that. And so like, what type of confidence should we have?
Remember when everybody was saying they cloned Gucci when he came out of jail? That's why I said it was bullshit. You don't think they would have cloned Biden to have him
Yes.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I hate those conspiracy theories. Like, you're wasting it on Gucci, but you
Yes.
wouldn't do it on the president of the United States.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yes.
I'll tell you why there's no plan. Never mind. I'm done because that would be that'd be a cut. Yes.
Yes. Good. Glad you were able to catch yourself. Sir, any other comments?
I
Miracle?
think what this administration fails to realize is how globally connected that our country really is at this moment.
True.
And they haven't been able to navigate away from the traditional way of doing things.
Correct.
We have said if October 7th happened in 1990, the response of Americans is very 1990.
Correct.
Yes.
But this is 2024 where
Right.
we are all related.
Yes.
We have people involved in every type of conflict.
Right.
We can see it. We are wanting something different. And for
Correct.
some reason, these Republican billionaires who are donating to all of our politicians across the board have not been able to move past the days of old.
Is it because they're in their 80s?
They have this dying
They're not going to be able to move,
philosophy
period, Miracle.
that they're wedded to. And it's like, we could have high-speed rail,
Yes.
affordable housing,
Yes.
good health care.
Yes.
We could be traveling, vacationing all across the world,
Yeah.
developing new technology.
Come on, Miracle.
And instead, we're just getting a bomb here, a bomb
Yes.
there, a new weapon here, a new weapon there.
No
And
debt.
It's just like, we could have no debt. We could
Yeah.
have all of these things that have been changed, but we can't because of the ways in which the people who are running this country have created industry and policies. And that has been a huge, huge problem for not only the American people, but people across the globe. We deserve better.
Correct.
Like, I was told that we could teleport.
Yes.
I remember I want the life of the Jetsons. I'm supposed to
Flying
have
cars
a
and all that.
talking robot that literally brings me food out of their belly, and I have nothing.
Well, you know what we do. I see.
You want
You're
future
wrong.
steak.
You're wrong, Miracle.
I want future steak.
You're wrong.
I want steak on demand.
Okay.
But see,
Steak always is in demand.
you spoke a little too soon, Miracle, because Biden heard you, and Biden said, "Oh no, I'm moving into 2024, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna join TikTok." with the children. Hey, Biden's on TikTok. He put a TikTok out.
I would love to see Biden do a dance.
And relate. Oh, you're going to see that.
A TikTok. I'm dying. He needs to do a Dark Biden like TikTok.
Well, we don't need Dark Biden anymore.
He put the TikTok. I mean, they did the Dark Biden Super Bowl,
which
tweet,
was hilarious. That shit was crazy.
And he put a TikTok out.
I didn't see the TikTok.
It was talking about like the Super Bowl game. So he's on TikTok. I'm sure he'll be dancing. I'm sure there'll be some other forms of fashion.
What dance would Biden do? Like what dance is popular?
Whatever doesn't include like bending the knees.
I'm very confused.
Yo, imagine Biden on TikTok doing that white man dance to the Caribbean music.
Oh shit!
Going crazy, just shoulders flinging everywhere.
Call him, man.
So after spending 3 years saying TikTok is a tool of the Chinese government,
yes,
he then joined.
Yes,
I am tired.
Yes, he joins.
I am tired of his
I guess he didn't remember that he said that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Man.
But again, I mean, he wants to.
He joined TikTok because it reminds him Father Time's clock.
Oh wow!
When you talk about, how they talk about like the old man in the club. I mean, my God, the 81-year-old guy joining TikTok to get the youth vote. Oh my God, I mean,
he could cancel some student debt. He could do some workforce development.
Now, if he said that on TikTok, like I'm canceling student debt, that would be crazy.
That would be.
Would it go viral?
Probably.
It might increase his ratings, Jim.
Yeah, man. I mean, maybe Miracle. We'll see. We'll see how TikTok Biden and
hashtag Biden says bye-bye to student loans.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like that would be crazy.
And he's like singing like, and I'm saying bye-bye. He's like lip syncing.
Oh man. Or if he came out to like some NSYNC bye-bye and did a dance.
Bye.
Like,
that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Look at us. Miracle.
Hire us,
man.
Like we're trying to help you, man. We're trying to help you. But all you want to do is
give billions to Israel's government.
Right, I was gonna start singing the song, but let me stop.
So on the Republican side, the slightly less older Donald Trump.
What's the age difference between two of them?
4 years. Donald Trump is 77.
So what age was Biden when he was vice president for the first term?
Already very old, but less old than that. I don't know. What was that? 2008, maybe 15 years ago?
So
Uncle Joe? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I don't remember him because he didn't talk much.
Do you know what's wild? Do you know what's wild? That like
he's about to look like Skeletor by the end of this next term.
The oldest men running for president was 4 years ago.
And it was Trump?
And it was Trump and Biden.
Jesus, here we are again.
And here we are
4 years later.
Even older.
44 years older.
And I mean, Trump got the, orange cake makeup and the wig and all the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But he's still 77. He's had a lot of memory losses. He's, had a lot of, mistakes on the, campaign trail, including calling Nikki Haley, Nancy Pelosi and mixing them up. And so, but he was in our home state of Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And he had some interesting remarks about how this election could go. Did you want to play that, Farouk?
We have to win in November, or we're not going to have Pennsylvania. They'll change the name. They're going to change the name of Pennsylvania. Yes. We have to.
They're going to change it to.
So, every now and then during our show, we'll have a moment where I think a great title for our show has come up. But obviously, I know that title is so inappropriate that will never be the title of the show. But in my mind, I still think it should be.
Please share with the class.
I think the title of our show should be Welcome to Niggervania. Welcome. Niggervania. Welcome to Niggervania.
And Harrisburg is black as shit. So for him to say that in Harrisburg is crazy.
I'm just saying, what they changed the name to, I don't know.
I think this is another
Niggas in woods.
Please stop. I think this is another situation where he's getting confused because the conversation about Pennsylvania has been about changing the flag. And I think that he heard that they were trying to change
What are they trying to change the flag to?
People want it updated. You know, it's like, it's a little hoarse. And it's like,
it's like a blue, it's a blue flag with a horse.
It's
Because
not like
some states just changed their flag recently. Yeah.
People change their flags all the time. It's like, we could do a really cool thing and change the flag of Pennsylvania, like do some updates. And people have been talking about making, changing the food. What is the food of like states? And they're trying
What
to
is
get
Pennsylvania's food?
I don't know.
I know what the bird is. I know the bird is a ruffed grouse.
Is it like it's probably like a pierogi or a cheesesteak or something? I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if Pennsylvania has a food.
I don't know if we have because Western PA has certain foods.
Yeah.
And Eastern PA, where Philly is, has certain foods.
It should be, you know what it should be? It should be a chocolate chip cookie because of the Pennsylvania
The
Dutch.
Hershey's. Well, somebody was trying to make Hershey's Kisses the candy of Pennsylvania.
No, they're whack.
Thank you.
Yeah, they taste like cheese.
They're
It's not a good time.
So do y'all have another name that we could?
For Pennsylvania?
I call it Pennsyltucky, but y'all.
Pennsyltucky. I mean,
yeah.
And that's I guess a derogatory.
It's not derogatory.
It's accurate. It's what it is.
To the people that live in the middle of Pennsylvania, they probably
It's the
wouldn't
whole.
like that.
It's not the middle. It's the whole.
We do have a
It's
national dish for
what is it?
Pennsylvania.
Oh.
It is Philly cheesesteak.
No, that ain't our national.
If it's
dish. Get outta
Ishka Bibbles,
here.
I'm not mad at that.
That's not our. I mean, that's some Philly shit. I mean, there's more of them
there's
than
more.
there's us, so
Yeah.
that's a possibility.
But has really, really good food that gets overlooked in Pennsylvania is the Amish.
That's what I said. Yeah, the chocolate chip cookies. It should be their shit.
Did we just turn to the Key Fleet podcast?
I
mean,
know
what's
that.
going on?
I
supposed
know
to be
that.
talking
Like they
about
have some questionable politics and practices, but
the Amish.
the butter is really like that churned butter is like it's amazing.
What is their stance on black people? Because Have you ever seen a black Amish person?
They keep them in barns.
No.
Oh man.
Wow.
The Amish are
Still slavery in the Amish country.
Isn't that what they came from? Like slavery?
No, the Amish are a.
You've seen black Amish.
I've heard of black Amish.
Okay.
People.
The Amish are
like an intercommunal community,
right.
They don't really. There's no way for like the blackness to get
There's
in
no
there.
Tinder.
Really.
There's no Tinder in Amish.
They don't believe in
yes,
going
devices.
out.
Yes.
People usually.
Are you saying what I think you're trying to say?
I'm
stop.
pretty
Please stop.
sure.
I said it intercommunal, and you can
intercommunal.
Google.
Yes.
And you can go
Enter
stop.
something.
Yes.
stop.
Yes. Or in something.
Wow.
So, Miracle, meanwhile, as Donald Trump is on the campaign trail, he's still dealing with, the 91 felonies. We don't know what's going to happen if he's going to appeal this $83 million judgment that was just against him. And
those are big numbers, man. 91, 83, those are big numbers.
Absolutely. And, last week we talked about, this federal appeals court that said he's not immune. He doesn't have presidential immunity. He can be prosecuted.
Doesn't look like Biden's immune either.
Wow.
And this case might go to the Supreme Court. They're saying that I guess
this episode even going to air.
I have no idea. I think Trump is trying to like delay this, but
I'm just gonna turn my mic down.
What do you think, Miracle? Where are we now? You said it was going to be all over the place. My God. What are we doing, Miracle? Do you think the Supreme Court will block the U.S. Appeals Court decision that will they give Trump his immunity back? I mean,
Wait, can that happen?
Yes, the Supreme Court can overrule the Federal Court of Appeals that said that Trump does not have presidential immunity, can be prosecuted.
If
he
do that
and
shit.
he wants that, right? He has Clarence Thomas there.
Right.
Who's not recusing himself, despite the fact that his wife, helped at the insurrection. You know what I'm saying? You have, what's the Amy woman that he nominated? The guy who was doing all the sexual assaults back in the day that's now
all the Supreme Court people.
Yeah, Kavanaugh. Yeah. So he nominated 3 people for the Supreme Court. And so the thinking is that, or 2 people at least, the thinking is that they're going to ride for him because he put him on the court.
He got the home team vote.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you think this could happen?
I honestly do not know because the nation is so conflicted.
That's a scary thing to think about.
And really, it is a political question. And so if the law is that you do not have immunity, then you have to say it. So
Yes.
if the Supreme Court wants to go ahead and be like, none of these laws exist, then what does it actually mean for the people who are incarcerated?
True.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
what
yeah,
are they
yeah.
going to do? Because you still have all the January 6ers. You
Right.
still have all these other folks. So if the Supreme Court is like, you know what, whatever Trump does is okay,
Yes.
then it's going to create.
Then they would
this
have
whole
to be
tidal
released,
wave.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't
That's
really,
scary, man.
I don't really know. I think the Supreme Court really is hanging on its last leg of legitimacy.
Absolutely.
And so they have to find, they either are going to
So will we like instill the Hunger Games or something?
I mean,
they can refuse to take up the case, right?
They can.
They can basically say,
really?
like,
Yes.
we're not going to hear the case.
I'm
And
learning
then
so much this episode.
And then the lower court ruling can stand. They can take the case and say it's a political question and refuse to rule on the case.
And so the basis of it being political.
So the political question doctrine is basically the same doctrine that the Court of Appeals in California used to not rule on whether or not there was a genocide in Palestine. They're saying it's too political, right?
Interesting.
So they're not going to, because of the separation of powers, the judicial branch is not going to comment on what the legislative branch is doing.
And there was a
And
thinking.
it's a way to skirt out of like really divisive opinions.
I felt like we needed to do
Yes.
that because
And so there's things, but I do think they'll hear the case. Clarence Thomas has refused, and because he's refused to recuse himself,
Right.
I think that all of the justices are going to be forced to basically be like, yeah, you can't.
Yeah, but Miracle, I mean, if he recuses himself, he's not doing the job he got paid to do. Hey, you know what I'm saying? He's up there to protect the people like Trump. He's up there to protect these white male billionaires. And so not that Trump is a billionaire, but that's what he's there for. And so how can he recuse himself when he took all the trips? He took all the trips. He got all the money. He got all the, the loans.
he was in the Garden of Hate.
Yes. Yes. Now, it's so funny. Like, think about where we are right now, right? We have
In the office?
an 81-year-old running against a 77-year-old, and the next largest looming figure over this whole election is Taylor Swift.
Swifties, man.
Taylor Swift and who she might vote for looms so far over this election that it
What about the sanctity
impacted
of
the Super
anonymity
Bowl.
in the American voting system?
I'm just saying it impacted the Super Bowl. And so Trump made a pre-Super Bowl plea
Yeah.
to Taylor and the Swifties to get her support. Did you want to read that for us, sir?
I don't actually.
Do you want me to read it?
You read it because it's just crazy to me. I don't like her, so I don't want to.
Okay. Donald Trump said, I signed and was responsible for the Music Modernization Act for Taylor Swift and all other music artists. Joe Biden didn't do anything for Taylor and never will. What?
That was good. That was good. Yeah.
There's no way she could endorse Cricket Joe Biden, the worst and most corrupt president in the history of our country, and be disloyal to the man who made her so much money. Besides that, I like her boyfriend, Travis, even though he may be a liberal and probably can't stand me. So here's Trump.
He sounds like a bitter ex-boyfriend.
I mean, this dude, it's wild because this is kind of how Trump makes people come to him. Like, this dude is on, yes.
That was crazy.
He's on both knees for Taylor Swift right now, brother.
No, that's
Come
a
on.
fact.
He's begging Taylor for her support because he knows it could sway the election. So you had a comment on Trump's plea to Taylor Swift?
I feel like you need to be asking her for some money for real.
Oh,
Yeah,
right
he owed
now.
like
Oh,
83
yes.
million.
Yes.
I mean, isn't
Yes.
Taylor Swift from Scranton too with Joe Biden? So wouldn't she rock with Biden?
Being that I'm a straight black man, I don't know where Taylor Swift is from.
You know who told me that? It was Sadaf that told me that.
Oh, don't try to change it up. She's from West Reading, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Her net worth is $1 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah, I also think it's interesting that he called Biden the most corrupt. Like, he's not facing 91 charges. You know what I'm saying?
Projecting much,
Like,
sir?
you feel me? Like, the numbers don't add up. They're not mathing.
It would be like if Biden called Trump like an old senile.
Yeah.
What if Trump was like, I got a felony for every year this man has been alive.
He does. And then some.
And then some. And you know what? We're still going back to the White House.
is Miracle.
I really
Are
do
the
not-
Swifties a political force large enough to change the direction of this country and put an 81-year-old man who just joined TikTok back in office?
They weren't even able to get a Democratic senator in Tennessee when she did the
Okay, Miracle.
endorsement. So I'm not
Just
sure.
throw all the cold water on us, Miracle.
No, I really don't understand this conspiracy. Yes, she's popular. Yes,
Yes.
people love her.
Yes.
But she hasn't been able to parlay political endorsements for success. So I
Yes.
don't understand why these conservatives are so obsessed with her.
Has any artist actually tipped the scale that much? Because I know, like, they try to do it with like Kid Rock and Ted Nugent, and they try to like garner the effect of like a lot of these artists, but no one has really been a catalyst
I remember-
on either side. 'Cause remember, even Diddy did the Vote or Die, and that really kind of blew up on him.
Well, that was 2004.
Yeah, and Bush ended up getting in the office.
Bush ended up
So like,
winning.
has
Hillary,
a musical
I
artist?
remember Hillary tried to pull out like Jay-Z and Beyonce in the final hour. It didn't work.
Yeah,
And the thing about using famous endorsements, you have to make it work for the audience
Right.
that you are going after.
Right.
Going to rural America and pulling out a Jay-Z and Beyonce isn't
Not gonna work.
really wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
Had she done that like in a Pittsburgh or a Philadelphia, that probably would have helped galvanize, right?
Yes.
And so a lot of times these endorsements, and you've seen, I think the person who did really good endorsements was Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson, where he was getting people from Chicago who were famous, bands, different folks to come out and endorse him who had a following. I think he's the first person really in a long time who's been able to like galvanize endorsements in a way that meant something and it was impactful.
there was a mayor in Pittsburgh that did that.
Got some artists to come out.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did an artist for Ed Gainey, right?
Yep, yeah.
I did one of those. Yeah.
he did a good job.
Shout out to him. So the Super Bowl was the most watched television show in the history of American television.
I feel like they say that every year.
I don't know if they said that last year, but this Super Bowl like blew away.
Damn good game.
Yes. And one of the controversial things that happened, I mean, outside of people thinking that it was fixed because Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce won and, the Dark Biden meme, but there was some commercials.
I don't remember any of the commercials.
You don't remember the commercial about Jesus? Because there was a lot of Jesus commercials.
And Jesus went all in too. That's why there was a lot of Jesus, because he was all in.
Man.
Jesus went all in too. That's what it said. So what was it? He's with us. Was the campaign. And it was what? He's with us. What?
Just a waste of money.
And it was
It really is. Like, it's such a waste of money.
So, and this is the family of the
You could
Hobby
have
Lobby.
fed people with this money. Like, you could have housed people.
It is kind of crazy, but again, these are evangelical billionaire family owns Hobby Lobby,
Which I just found out about yesterday.
right? And this is kind of how they thought. Like,
They're turning the convention center in Monroeville to a Hobby Lobby.
Oh wow,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you can't have birth control as Hobby Lobby.
oh wow.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So I mean, that's the point. So again, like they spent, it's $1 billion campaign
That's crazy.
to raise Jesus' profile. I mean, have you read about Jesus?
Like, yeah, Jesus would have been against that vehemently.
Jesus
I can
is
tell
like,
you that right now.
See this needle eye? It'd be easier for a rich man to ride a camel through the eye of a needle.
The camel through the
to
eye of a needle.
see
Come on.
heaven. And they was like, you know what, Jesus? I think
You
if
might
we
be
have-
wrong. I don't know.
Fascism is here. And I think
Yes.
that while we're laughing about it,
Yes.
we do not understand that these folks are literally trying to do everything they can to stop the progressives in this nation from making this place habitable for all of us.
Say that word again.
Fuck you. Habitable. For all of us, because yes, this Jesus can be whatever you want Jesus to be and however you envision.
Yeah. But I don't think, can you have a racist Jesus?
People have it, right? People look at
I mean, yeah, look at, can you have a racist Jesus? Look at the damn,
you can do,
yeah.
Look at the fact that he's painted as a white man.
Come on, man.
right?
Come on.
So,
That's all you need.
Yes.
spending $1 billion, one of the things was like, if you wanted to follow Jesus and
Yes.
you did $1 billion to drop an ad, but not $1 billion to house and feed people, you're reading the wrong book.
Correct.
And this whole idea of things, people need to understand that they're literally saying that the end of days is here.
Yes.
And they're doing everything they can to have wars and rumors of wars.
Yes.
They're not here to like make you think, oh, Jesus is nice and kind. So like you
Right.
have a good place in the afterlife. Like Jesus is nice and kind. So you can just like make the world horrible for black people, for queer people, for disabled
Yes.
people.
Yes.
And that's what we need to understand.
Yeah, like the commercial was like, these are your neighbors, right? Wasn't that it? It was like,
I was like somebody's feet was being washed.
yeah,
or whatever.
and they had like all these different people, and I'm just like, are these just the targets? Like, this is who you want to abuse?
I mean, it looks that way, but like you
It's
said,
about
I mean,
submission. It's about the fact that like when you wash people's feet, you're supposed to be in submission.
Right,
To
yeah.
them, Jesus washed the disciples.
Right, yeah.
All type of stuff. It is basically this idea that you are supposed to fall lockstep into these Christian beliefs and these Christian ideals and be subservient to your master. And your master really is going to be white supremacy, but
Sure.
it's church leaders who've basically been like, go get arrested for feeding the homeless. You're not working hard enough. That's why you're sick. That's why you don't have what you need. That's why
Right.
you're an
Yeah.
untapped millionaire.
Prosperity gospel.
It's just-
Yeah.
you know what
not-
Jesus needs?
Apparently $1 billion ad buy.
He needs a TikTok. Jesus has to join TikTok.
Jesus on TikTok.
If Jesus joined TikTok, he could save the young people, Miracle.
But they did people
And he would be the
are-
second oldest person.
People are but there have been conversations and studies about the learning loss because
Yes.
of COVID-19.
Yes.
And how people are actually being very susceptible to cults and to religion right now.
Oh, wow.
And especially young men and
Yes.
boys. That's why you see a lot of them turning to incels. And there is this ongoing conversation about how people are building communities because a lot of people don't have friends.
Yes.
A lot of people are lonely. And you know,
I'm
that's-
lonely. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I am.
A lot of people are looking for a higher calling, and they're
Yes.
falling into these religions where it's very devout, where it's very like rigid, and men do this, women do this.
But they have community
yes,
in some sense.
in some sense, when you're being told your community is to have like 6-7 babies so you can make the white race white again. I'm not about to do this with you. And when you're being told that like women need to stay home and
Yeah,
be good Christian wives and men need to go out, I don't know, plunder and
Forage.
work. It's
Yeah, I would
just
say
like,
forage.
there's nothing to forage.
It
There's
is
nothing to
weird.
build. Like I'm very confused about this.
I don't get that narrative
You
either.
go take an action,
Yeah.
cut down it. Why?
It's also confusing in the sense that, like you said, that we're in a point where we talked about it the last couple of weeks. Homelessness is at an all-time high.
Which is crazy because you have $1 billion ad for Christ.
Right.
And then homelessness is at an all-time high. Like, how?
Food is higher than ever.
Like-
Egg, just regular grocery stuff.
Jesus literally hung out with poor people.
Yes.
He
Loaves
was
and
with
fishes.
poor people.
Yes.
Prostitutes.
Yes.
Turning tables over gambling. And here
Yes.
you are demonizing all of that.
Yes.
Going literally against
That's
the book.
socialism.
Well,
Right.
not
Excuse me.
necessarily
That
demonizing
is
it.
socialism.
but
To
of cour-
give people bread and fishes, socialism.
It's
You
okay.
can't have that.
It's socialism unless you're a billionaire.
He was on the cross
Unless
with
you're,
thieves.
right, unless you're Elon Musk, and then when you get tax credits and all the things that he gets from these different states, he's an intelligent businessman.
I
right?
just want to meet capitalist Christ and just have a conversation with him.
Well, how you doing, sir? How you? My name is Capitalist Christ. But again, it costs $7 million, according to what the Super Bowl stats for
So
a
the ad-
30-second ad. A 30-second Super Bowl ad was $7 million. And like you said, what could you do with that $7 million just for 30 seconds, how many families could you, how many people could you really help, like in the name of Jesus, and go to that person?
You could go to Jesus's home where there's people being bombed and help them people.
I mean, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
One of the people that would have been bombed could have been Jesus.
Could have been Jesus. I mean, come on, man.
But Biden over Baghdad is over here just
Yes.
I
Go ahead.
talked about in LA how there was this abandoned high-rise building.
Oh, yeah.
That got tagged.
Yeah, they got tagged up. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And people have been talking about this building. This developer basically couldn't make money on the project and just stopped it, right? It was supposed to be these high-rise lofts all around LA. And a bunch of artists, I love me some street artists, tagged it, right? And people were saying, why can't you just put homeless folks in these buildings?
Yes.
Some of these apartments are finished, some are not.
Yes.
Why can't you basically finish this development and put homeless people in there?
I've seen them say the same thing for strip malls.
Make it transitional housing.
Yeah.
Make it where co-ops, right? One building you can co-op, another is transitional housing. Places have wraparound services. And everybody's like, we just can't do that.
Like, why?
There's just no political will to do so.
Exactly.
We're going to try to find the buyer. And it's like every single city that has a quote unquote homelessness problem has abandoned structures already there.
There you go.
That could use to house people. This idea of making small homes, I hate it. This idea
tiny
of
homes,
small homes, tiny homes, these new small box apartments, so all you have is like a bed and a bath. It's ridiculous. Yes. People deserve to have comfortability. People deserve to have a washer and dryer, a bed, hot water.
Yeah.
Be able to walk more than 4 feet, right?
Yeah.
But we don't invest in housing. We do not invest in infrastructure that allows people to live. And then we get upset when we see people camping outside. We get upset when you have to go, and drive and see people under bridges, but we have empty buildings. Every city has empty buildings that can house people. It's a quick zoning fix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Biden has the Build Back Better plan. You had all this money for infrastructure. Just fix some shit and fix some things and let people live.
You said it right. But
I really do not understand.
So listen to this.
Why?
Listen to this, Miracle. According to the spokesman for the ad, it says both ads will emphasize loving our neighbors like Jesus did, encouraging people to respect and serve each other. And it's like, who's your neighbor, billionaire?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
you live in it. It's gated. We can't even get nowhere near you.
Not accept them talks, fam. I'm not trying to hear that.
Right. It's just so ridiculous to think about, serving. Who are you serving and what are you serving with your multi-billion dollars that you currently have? And Miracle touched on it. A lot of what they do, spending that money on, is pushing back on, they help lead the fight to overturn Roe v. Wade. They're doing those type of things and not doing the things we actually want, which is helping to serve people that are in the worst condition we are right now. So again, it's you're promoting with $1 billion a man who, it seems to us, you have very little real understanding of, or what he did, or what his core philosophy is. And so how can we then take you serious as a Christian when you would spend $1 billion to boost Jesus's image, when if you read what he wrote, you could be doing something totally and completely different with your $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? If you understand. With that being said, we have a new segment on the show.
Yes, we do.
Called Blackmail. This is mail that we've been getting from folks, be it voicemail or be it real mail. We got
the Pony Express. We get emails.
We got an email
for those who are technologically savvy.
Yes. We got an email recently that said, it says this is the subject was who for president. And the message was miracle.
Oh, yeah.
Exclamation point. You know what I'm saying?
Miracle.
So, yes.
Miracle.
So, oh, wow.
Wow. Not MAGA Miracle.
No, not MAGA Miracle.
Y'all would not see me run for president.
You're not going to run for president, Miracle?
No, because
you wouldn't even run for city council, and you probably would be there right now if you did.
Okay? No, and I'd probably get fired. Number one.
You get recalled?
They'd be like, get her off. Get her off. out of here. No, I would not run because you know what the first thing I would do? Outside of like saving people like first world problems was ban fireworks.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
interesting.
Fine. Fireworks is
We also have additional blackmail.
Oh yes, we actually have a voice blackmail. Correct.
We do have voice blackmail, and it is amazing.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get it. Let's get it.
What I would like to say is, get your broom.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if you talk about this, that, and the other about neighborhoods. So I was wondering if you could buy some paint and some brushes and some brooms and some bleach and clean your neighborhoods up a little bit.
Okay, thank you, sir. You know what, man? These 180 episodes, we've been struggling for the answer.
Yeah, but just clean the neighborhoods up, man.
With some bleach. Get some bleach and some brooms and some paint.
You know why he said bleach? Because it makes colored shit white.
Is that what you use when you shit on the walls in D.C., sir? Did you use the bleach then, huh? Did you use your paint brushes and your brooms then? Hey, come on, man. That sounded like the same guy from last week.
Did it really?
It sounded like the same guy. We were prejudiced.
We were racial.
Message for the commentators on here.
No, it's not the same guy.
Oh, okay.
Not
Wow.
the same guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, free speech. Where are y'all running?
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, you know what? Like,
where are you running these shows?
Where are you broadcasting these shows, man? But you know what?
We gotta
Because
clean
it's
up our
on
neighborhood miracles?
because it's on Dish Network. A lot of people in rural areas have Dish Network.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
Good.
I think it's good.
Yes.
I agree that we should clean up our neighborhoods. That's why we have neighborhood cleanup days
Yes.
and community service days
Yes.
where we engage. Sometimes the reason we have those is because we do not have enough money
Yes.
to pay for people to do sanitation work. And so what you should also do if you're worried about people having dirty neighborhoods is to make sure the people you're electing are okay with approving budgets that allow our sanitation department to be fully funded.
Absolutely.
On top of that, we're going through the neighborhoods. Maybe you want to, make sure you call, I don't know, like your PA Senate
Yes.
and make sure that they are going to vote to approve and give the whole home repairs money,
Yes.
the actual budget that it deserves and it's being asked for. There's a lot of work that we do within community, and it's great. And I'm glad that you have ideas, but I do also hope you're following through on these ideas and cleaning up things in your own communities and your own neighborhoods as well, so that we can have, great beautification throughout our neighborhood.
I really hope, you were like the first with Lysol wipes and scrub brushes to the Capitol building, clean the shit off the walls.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
you know what I mean?
It's such a again, it's like it shows that you really don't know how. That's why you need to watch the show, because you don't really know how systemic racism works, right?
No.
And you don't understand why our neighborhoods are in the condition that they're in, and you have this idea that it's just because it's just a bunch of lazy black people, and you don't even understand. You don't understand the GI Bill and what that did and how they went exclusively to white Americans, right? That if we want our house appraised for some certain value, we have to have some white family come in and pretend to live there, because if it's a black family there, it reduces the value, right? Right now in LA, they have to go through all of their deeds, the housing deeds, because over 50%, around 50% of all the deeds actually said in the deed, you can only sell this property to a Caucasian person or a person of Caucasian descent. That's what it actually said inside the deeds. And so this is why you should, watch the show. I mean, there's two stories to me that sums this up, right? In Washington, D.C., a police officer was found guilty of murder last year. A year later, he's still at his house and has not been transferred to prison a year later.
That's crazy.
A jury found him guilty of second-degree murder, and a year later, he's still free and in his house.
Is he working?
No, he's not working,
okay.
but he might be. I mean, who knows? He might be. We don't know what he's
Might
doing.
be doing some private security.
Yeah,
work or
he's
something.
free and at his house. And in the opposite story, it says a jury found Terrence Richardson and Ferone Claiborne not guilty of murdering a police officer in 2001. But thanks to a 1996 U.S. Supreme Court ruling, a judge sentenced both men to life in prison anyway.
That's crazy.
2 men found not guilty of murdering an officer and still got life in prison. So again, these are the type of barriers and things that we fight against and try to highlight every day. I mean, you know, our white pages today is this book by our brother, Albert Woodfox, where he spent 4 decades in solitary confinement.
Christ, that's crazy.
40 years in solitary confinement. Really is cruel and unusual punishment. This isn't no rehabilitation. No, this is 4 decades unbroken. You know what I'm saying? Just the story of resilience of black people and black America. So purchase solidarity, Albert Woodfox. You know what I'm saying? And so again, my man, whoever you are, continue to watch the show. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, hopefully you'll learn something. And yeah, but I mean, if you want to send us some paint and some brushes and, you know, some bleach, you know what I'm saying?
No, not bleach. That's outdated. We're good on bleach.
Bleach is outdated. You know what I'm saying? We actually, you know, have somebody come to clean our office. We could use the extra stuff. Please send it in. You know what I'm saying? Anything else? Any, I guess, final comments?
Are we going to air this episode?
Yes.
What are we going to do? We're going to do another episode, Miracle? It's going out. Is it one of our best? Absolutely not. Will it be called Welcome to Niggervania? Probably not. But we're here.
What is today? Today is Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday the 13th, yes.
I made a mistake and I forgot to bring you your birthday.
Oh, come on. You don't got to give me no. I'm not a cake person. Thank you very much. Not a cake person.
He likes pound cake.
I'm good. Oh, yeah, I do like pound cake.
Yeah, it's very cake.
I thought you were trying to...
Oh, wow.
Steak and pound cake? Is that going to be the name of this episode?
Hey, that could be... Oh, my God. That could be an event.
Steak
that
and
could
pound
be
cake.
an event.
I'll tell you what, though. If I went out to dinner and, like, had steak and pound cake...
Yeah.
That's a win for me.
That's a win. That's a win time. Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah, birthday's coming up on Thursday.
Happy
so,
early birthday. Was
Thank you.
Yeah, large up.
Yeah. Valentine's Day plans? Oh, wow, it got quiet in here. Wow.
Oh, when is that? Thursday?
Wow.
If somebody would call me back, maybe.
Jeez. Wow.
Please call me.
If you're listening.
If you're listening, please.
Valentine's Day. You know what my Valentine's Day plan is? I get to go to the medical facility and get a body scan.
Oh,
that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Are you checking to see if you have a broken heart or something?
Nah, I'm trying to make sure my foot is okay.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were actually going someplace with that.
I don't have a broken heart. Like, no, a broken heart. I do. I'm sorry. I just want my man to be my man, but he's going through things.
He's going through things. Yeah.
The prison industrial complex.
Oh, wow. Mugshot Miracle.
Man.
Genocide prisons. Like, just out here, just like it's just not gonna work.
I mean, Miracle, you're gonna be the poster child for Love After Lockup.
I mean, a lot. It's a lot.
First, know what? I'm about to do this with y'all. I want everybody to have a good Valentine's Day. Get the love that you. What did you say? Get the love that you deserve.
Yes, get the love that you deserve and you want,
or that you create, or you manifest.
Yes, that you manifest. Yes, manifest that love.
I'm trying.
Trouble.
Listen, I'm still trying to get to Austin, Texas.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you donate to my GoFundMe.
Absolutely.
Anything helps.
Absolutely.
And there's rewards for it. If you go to my GoFundMe, you'll see for yourself. I ain't got to break it down right now.
Yes. And they find that where?
You can find that if you follow me on Instagram at @NLS.
Yes.
It's the very top link in my link tree in my bio.
Come on. Support Trouble in his quest to get to Austin, Texas for South by Southwest education. Yeah. And sir.
I'm sad and always in despair.
Oh my God. No, you are not. Please
come
stop.
On, man. Please
stop.
It's a made-up holiday anyway. All right, come on.
Oh my God. You know what?
But you know what I do want? You know what I do want? I want the you know how they make like the seasonal zebra cakes? Like the pink ones with the hearts? I want those.
Zebra cakes are foul.
And Farouk, you're not gonna be alone because
I have Christ.
He's with us.
Capitalist Christ. He
is with us.
Jesus is with
including Valentine's Day. He's with us.
Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Yeah, man. And in case anybody wanted to know, Jesus went all in too.
I just
that should be the title.
It's okay.
Jesus went all in.
It's okay to have a Valentine's Day. Maybe what the men folk can do.
A Valentine's Day? Is that what we call?
A homie time?
Homie
I
times?
don't know what y'all.
I said Valentine's.
Valentine's, nigga times. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Nigga times is crazy.
Just super crazy.
Nigga times. Happy nigga times.
What would we do, though? What would we do?
You can get
Watch football.
brunch. You can go to the barber shop.
All get haircuts. Look at each other.
You know how long that would take?
Man, you look good in your haircut.
You can
So
get
do you.
tea and coffee. You can go shopping. You can talk about the world. You can watch movies. You can play video games. I don't have a man, so I don't know what men folk do,
Valentine's
right?
Day.
So like I don't know what do y'all do when y'all hang out? You just
Kicking
like,
it.
Yes.
So that's what you just do.
It's pretty quiet when men hang out.
So like for like us for the Galentine's, we go get food. We can make little cookies, little heart shaped things.
You know what we do? You know what we do when we're together, Miracle? We start podcasts. Keep us apart, Miracle. We don't need any more.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, keep the men inside.
With that
My
being
service
said,
on a Sunday podcast is still gonna come. I still manifesting it.
and Farouk has a new podcast called what is it? Females Be Tripping? Is that
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He said, no.
I do not.
What was this?
That was a joke. That was a joke.
No, you missed it the other day. Can I say the home one?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah. A hoe with me is still at home.
A hoe with me is still a home, yes. And with that being said, another chaotic episode.
Oh, make sure you're registered to vote.
Yes.
Vote. Super Tuesday is coming up for some places. Pennsylvania, our election's not until April. But make sure you register to vote. Hopefully you laughed. Hopefully you cringed a little bit, but you still.
Would Jesus vote Republican?
I don't know. Would Jesus vote?
Yeah,
I
would
think is
Jesus
the
vote?
question.
Yeah, would Jesus vote?
Could Jesus vote?
Could Jesus?
Palestinian refugee?
Wow.
Here we go.
Miracle. And everybody,
Could
we'll see you
Jesus
next week.
vote? Yes. This week of White Supremacy. Peace. One hood, y'all.